Hello everyone, I'm Storm Checker AT meteorologist Austin Haskins. The good news is in the forecast for today, it is going to be feeling a lot better compared to yesterday as a cold front has brought in some cooler and less humid air. Now, with that being said, we're still going to have cloudier skies around and maybe a couple of showers as well as that front does stall down to our south and east. But for the most part, a lot of us should stay dry today. Now, tomorrow through Saturday night, we're going to have periods of rain and thunderstorms return to the area. And while the threat for severe weather at the time, as of now, looks pretty low, heavy rain is certainly going to be possible, and I'll talk more about that here in just a minute. And we possibly could dry out at least sometime on Sunday and into Monday. I do have a slight chance for rain on Sunday, but for most of us, Sunday and most of Monday is looking to be on the drier side of things as of the way things look right now. It was a steamy and really warm day yesterday, highs rising well into the 80s, 90 in Black River Falls. We fell just short of 90 in Eau Claire at 89, but it felt more like the mid to at times upper 90s yesterday because of those dew points that were well into the 70s. Now, we were going to be watching storm development out in Minnesota that was going to be severe ahead of a cold front and passing into our area, gradually weakening, of course, but the threat for strong to severe storms in our area. Now, we did have a couple of warnings mid-evening, but for the most part, we were spared thunderstorms and the threat for severe weather in general across our area and out to the west. So what exactly happened? Why did we not really see much severe weather yesterday or thunderstorm development as much as it could have been for that matter? Because we certainly had the ingredients for severe storms yesterday, but what happened is we were in a capped environment. So what happens is as the day heats up, warm updrafts form. So we certainly had that yesterday with the heat and also the moisture we had. And as long as the temperature keeps falling with height, which it typically does, the air will continue to rise, as you see here. But right here, what you notice is a little bit of a layer of warmer air aloft. And if the updraft hits that, it's unable to kind of break through it, and that suppresses larger clouds forming and also storm development. That's what happened yesterday, and that's why the severe threat was basically non-existent in central and southern Minnesota and basically even into our area, though, as I mentioned, we had a couple of those warnings. For an uncapped environment, if there is sufficient heating, enough heat available, or there's an area where that warmer air cap is thin or weaker, that's where it can break and that can allow strong storms to form. If that would have happened yesterday, we likely would have had an outbreak of at least severe storms with hail, wind, and maybe a couple of tornadoes in Minnesota, and then at least some severe weather more than what we had in our region. But thankfully, that cap held, and we really didn't see much. So we can be thankful we didn't have to deal with any severe weather for the most part last night. Now, today, as I mentioned, a lot of cloud cover, but we're mostly going to stay dry, as I mentioned. Can't totally rule out some breaks in the clouds. It can't totally rule out a couple of isolated showers passing through. Same thing into tonight. Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies, couple of showers overnight, but the better chance of rain is going to move in as we head into tomorrow. Now, it's not going to rain the entire day or rain everywhere, but the chance for rain coverage-wise is going to be a little bit higher tomorrow. And then as we head into Thursday night and Friday, you're going to notice there will be times where we don't see much activity, and then we'll get a massive rain and thunderstorms to move through. And this will continue into Friday and even into Friday night and Saturday. And the reason for that, so you remember how I said a few minutes ago that cold front that is bringing the less humid air today has cleared the area or will clear the area? Well, it's going to stall out to the southeast and then eventually lift back north as a warm front tomorrow into Friday. And that is going to lead to those rounds of rain and storms. And with the moisture returning, that is going to lead to the potential for some pretty heavy rain in a couple of spots. The next 5 days, when you average out all the models, we're looking at anywhere area-wide of another 1 to 3 inches of rain, with isolated spots seeing more than that. My forecast is just a touch less than that. I'm going about a ½ inch to 2 inches most likely. Higher end totals could be on the order of 3 to 4 inches of additional rain, and on top of what's fallen already this month so far. So those rivers, creeks and streams are likely going to continue to stay high and maybe even rise over the next few days. So that's something that we're going to have to watch pretty closely. So looking at that extended forecast, 74 for your high today, 73 tomorrow. We'll be near 80 Friday and Saturday, though again, depending on the coverage of rain, that could limit temperatures just a little bit. Again, just a slight chance on Sunday for a couple of showers, but mostly going to be dry, high of 78. Monday looks pretty good and mostly dry. There will be a chance for some showers and storms Monday night and even into Tuesday, but it's going to be turning very humid again by the middle of next week as we reach the upper 80s by Tuesday of next week.